Fight fans all over the world, it's Daddy P on the corner, in the corner boxing. What? Y'all know it's fight week. Manny Pacquiao versus Matthysse. Hey, listen. I've been a Manny Pacquiao fan for a long time now, you know. Very exciting guy to watch, especially in his prime. You know, he's fighting well past his prime. Matthysse as well is past his prime, but he still probably has more fights left in him than Manny Pacquiao. So I'm gonna tell you, being a fan of Manny Pacquiao, and hey, I'm not saying, hey, look, I like Matthysse as well. I just been a fan of Manny Pacquiao for a longer time, you know. But anyway, also being a fan of the sport of boxing, you know, I look at this fight. And, you know, I heard somebody, I think it was Boxing Ego, kind of talking about this as well, you know. And that's kind of what sparked my interest in looking at it, you know. But anyway, it's probably looking at it from a little bit different perspective. But same thing, man. For the sport of boxing, you know, best for the sport of boxing, Manny Pacquiao to win this fight or Matthysse. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This particular title they're fighting for, which Matthysse is the holder of the WBA regular title. This is the sanctioning body's version, like you could say, their version of an interim title, you know. Keith Thurman is the sanctioning body's super champion for this 147-pound division. And I'm going to tell you, he's supposed to be fighting on August the 4th. It's been rumored, but there still is an opponent showing for it. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of looks shaky. Now, if Manny Pacquiao wins this particular fight, now listen. This belt, like I said, is somewhat like an interim title. You can't unify with this title, but you can challenge the super champion, you know, for that spot. So, like if Manny Pacquiao win, right? And say Keith Thurman, to me, it just look a little shaky for him coming back. So if he doesn't come back, and this is nothing written in stone. This is just, you know, little speculation on my part. If Keith Thurman does not come back and they elevate the winner of this particular fight to be like the champion defending the title and have Keith Thurman as the champion, kind of like in recess or whatever, where he can come back and challenge for the title. But let's say Manny Pacquiao wins. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you, in the top 5 in the WBA rankings, Jesse Vargas is number 2. Which, let me go back. Manny Pacquiao is number 1. Y'all know, like I say, Keith Thurman is the super champion. Matthysse is the regular champion. Manny Pacquiao is the number 1 contender in the rankings right now. So number 2 is Jesse Vargas, which Manny Pacquiao already fought him. I doubt he will have a lot of interest in fighting him again, but whatever. Jamal James is number 3. Jose Benavidez is number 4. His name has kind of been somewhat of a hot topic lately. Number 5 is Igor Kavalauskas, who just fought. Y'all know Jose Ramirez and Danny O'Connor was supposed to be the main event on July the 7th. But Danny O'Connor, he not only couldn't make weight, he got very dehydrated trying to make weight, and he became hospitalized. He was hey man, I didn't think it was as serious as it was, but they say this young man was basically fighting for his life. That's how bad it was. But Igor Kavalauskas ended up fighting Juan Carlos Abreu in the fight that was kind of lackluster. Abreu, it was a good showing of himself by Abreu, and Igor Kavalauskas, pulled it out, But anyway, Kavalauskas is number 5. He's an up and coming guy that, he's trying to move his name up the rankings, but I think he needs a little more. I'm gonna say it like, who was that said that? So one of the commentators on ESPN the other day said he needs some more seasoning. So I'ma steal that. He needs some more seasoning, man. He need a few more fights and a few more training camps to learn a few more things and get a little more aggressive, I might say. But I'm gonna tell you, Abreu can be he's a kind of awkward guy, and I don't know. He's a kind of hard guy to fight. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't a good showing by Kavalauskas. And I believe he pulled it out. I believe he did pull it out. I kind of agree. But at the same time, Abreu showed that, hey, man, he's a game guy for anybody in the division. But anyway, those are the top 5 right now. Now, if Manny Pacquiao was to win, and let's just say that everybody gets moved up a notch, like say Jesse Vargas no longer would be number 2, he would be number 1. Jamal James would be number 2. Jose Benavidez would be number 3. That would make Igor Kavalauskas number 4. And hey, Amir Khan right now is holding down the number 6 spot, but he would be moved up to number 5. So, it has been a lot of talks about Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan. Matter of fact, it was, I think what that was, last year? I think that was last year. They was talking and it was kind of, I don't know if they were toying around with it, but they was talking like it was about to be a serious thing where Manny Pacquiao was going to be fighting Amir Khan. Yeah, that was last year. When Bob Arum was trying to put together the fight with Jeff Horn and Manny Pacquiao, it looked like he was going to fight Amir Khan instead. So I don't know. That might be a little, something that they could make and make it out of a pretty lucrative deal for both guys. Because Amir Khan has been a name for a long time in the sport. And y'all know he done, man, look. I'm going to say this. Amir Khan is talented, but he's kind of had a disappointing career, And then the thing that might, for his career be somewhat saving is that he stepped up to fight Canelo Alvarez. He got knocked out, but, this thing with the clenbuterol, tainted meat, Canelo, fans can be forgiving of a loss like that. You got knocked out. The guy, he got caught juicing. So I don't know. But anyway, Manny Pacquiao, that would probably be the most interesting fight for him and his handlers. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the flip side, let's say that Lucas Matthysse wins the fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think that Lucas Matthysse would be willing to take on anybody in that top 5 list. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be willing to take on Jesse Vargas, which would be a pretty decent fight. Jamal James, maybe. Jose Benavidez would be a good fight, and it would be something that could probably sell. You know what I'm saying? It could probably make Lucas Matthysse a little bit of money. Now, if he take on somebody like Igor Kavalauskas, that would be a fight that I could see him wanting to take. Also Amir Khan. So, the thing is, in this that's just in the WBA. Now, whoever wins this fight, if they are elevated, they could possibly go to try to unify. And I've heard other people talking about this. I believe, I think Boxing Ego was talking about it, and I think it was in conversation on a couple live streams. But I don't think if Manny Pacquiao wins, he's gonna want to unify with any of these young champions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Manny Pacquiao is fighting way past his prime, and he would probably rather fight, you know, a named opponent that's past their prime quicker than he would fight like a guy with a title that's young, up and coming. You know what I'm saying? Because for Manny Pacquiao, his legacy is already cemented. Like I said, he really don't need a title to cement his legacy. Right now, man, he just, everything that Manny Pacquiao does in the sport is extra for him. You know what I'm saying? He probably want to make a few more dollars before he turn it in and retire to become a politician. You know what I'm saying? His legacy, like I said, is already cemented. So, I mean, to go in there and risk fighting a younger guy, risk getting hurt, you know, there's some young beasts out there, man. You know, Errol Spence Jr. holding down the IBF, Terrence Crawford holding down the WBO, and then Sean Porter and Garcia fighting for the WBC. Man, look, I do not think Manny Pacquiao, I believe his handlers would advise strongly against fighting any of these young champions. You know what I'm saying? And I heard other people talking about this. I'm just, hey, agreeing. You know I ain't the first one talking about it, but and that's unifying. So I really don't see Manny Pacquiao, you know, trying to unify with those guys. Now, on the flip side, Lucas Matthysse, man, look, if he had an opportunity to become, you know what I'm saying, like, if they elevated him to the champion, if Keith Thurman don't come back, they put him in recess or something, a champion in recess, and they have Lucas Matthysse, like, you know, elevated. Man, Lucas Matthysse will probably jump at the opportunity to fight any of these young champions, because for him, you know, he's had some stalls in his career, you know, with the type of injuries he's had and being out for a layoff. Hey, I think he would jump at the opportunity because he's getting older and he needs to be trying to, like, put some finishing touches as far as legacy is concerned for his career. You know what I'm saying? He probably feels like he's playing catch up, and like I see him doing something like maybe taking on one of these guys in the top 5 or 6, and then if he wins again, going ahead and trying to unify with one of these young champions. So for the sport of boxing, for the sake of boxing, you know, it probably would be in boxing's best interest if Lucas Matthysse won the fight. And, you know, even if he wasn't elevated, you know what I'm saying, he would more or less be, you know, be likely and willing to fight Keith Thurman. And he's even basically alluded to that fact. But I don't think Manny Pacquiao, if he win, he would be a guy willing to face Keith Thurman, which they could make it pretty lucrative for him. You know, I could see a scenario of that being lucrative. He would probably take another fight first, but I'm not sure that he would want to do something like that. But Lucas Matthysse, he really would. He would jump at any opportunity for his legacy and to make him some money before he retire. You know, and he's from Argentina, so man, it don't take a whole lot for him to live good. You see what Marcos Maidana did. Marcos Maidana fought Floyd Mayweather twice. He went back home and say, man, look here. Hey, Argentina, man, hey, $1 million in Argentina would set a person up, man, to live like an absolute king down there. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Marcos Maidana made his chips, and he say, hey, I don't even want to fight no more. He just down there, you know, you see pictures of him, man. Hey, he done got fat. He done, you know, been eating good. Hey, and I ain't mad at him now. I'm not hating. Look, hey, I'm not hating. That young man hey, he won that Floyd Mayweather sweepstakes twice. So, hey, he went down to his country and say, hey, forget this. It's hard when you living like a king. It's hard to get up and run and train and say, hey, let people hit y'all upside your head. Look, cost of living ain't like it is here in the United States down in Argentina. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, this is just something I was looking at. And Lucas Matthysse, he would be a guy that really would cherish the opportunity for to become the super champion and defend that title. Now I'm not saying, like I say, I'm a fan of Manny Pacquiao. I'm just saying for the state of the sport of boxing, I'm not only a fan of Manny Pacquiao, I'm a fan of the sport. But like I say, man, I wish both guys well, and I just want to see a good fight. I really do. And I think that this fight is going to be, a lot of people is kind of over, I ain't going to say a lot of people, but some people are overlooking this fight like, who cares, But man, hey, I think this fight is very relevant for the sport. Like I said, anything, who knows what could happen if Keith Thurman, he's been riddled with injuries, he's been on a long layoff, and it looks like to me, I'm not even sure if he still really want to fight at this time. I'm not saying he's not ever coming back. Very talented young man, and in this division, man, hey, for a long time, hey, he was looked at as the best in the division, But now we got a lot of new blood in the division, new champions. Like I say, currently, for all the current belt holders, he has held a title longer than any other champion that's currently holding a title in this division. So, hey, he is considered the top dog, and if he was active, I would even deem him as being the top dog because he's the longest reigning champion. But because he's been so inactive, it's hard to say, it's just hard for me to say, oh, Keith Thurman is the top guy in the division when he's not fighting. But, I don't know, man. What y'all think about this particular situation? Y'all weigh in, let me know, leave a comment. But, hey, this fight is going down. I'm telling you, it's going down. Hey, July the 14th. And it's going to be on ESPN Plus app. You got to have that Plus app, that ESPN Plus, in order to watch this particular fight. Now, also early on in the day, we got Regis Prograis. He's fighting a homecoming fight in New Orleans on ESPN Network. He's fighting Juan Jose Velasco. So I think that's gonna be a good fight too for Rougarou. That's Regis Prograis. Look, the Swamp Monster. So hey, y'all check it out, man. We got some good boxing on ESPN coming up this Saturday, man. Y'all let me know what's up, man. It's Daddy P on the corner, in the corner boxing. Slap that like, pimp slap the like button for me, if you would, please. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified every time it's going down. I do give update highlights during the fight. While the fight is still going on, I give update highlights. The first few rounds, I give you a couple snippets. For the mid rounds, I give you a couple snippets. And when the fight is over, I will give you a brief full fight analysis as well as a few highlights of the fight to let you know what was going on. This Daddy P on the corner, in the corner boxing. Out of there.